Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. My name is Nikki Smokes. I'm joined by Big Tone. I got Vic with us. Now, Vic, how old are you, Vic?
I'm 43.
All right.
Not going to work.
40 years old. He can't figure out how to get his phone so he could speak and hear us at the same time. So I got him on the phone right here.
It's always a problem.
He needs the phone so he could hear us.
But
you guys could hear him clearly. So if you're in the chat right now, Vic, say something and let us know if you could hear Vic. Because
I'm ready to
we've
make
been trying to get this
money.
figured out for 20 minutes. That's why
no, but listen, I'm going to tell you the craziest thing right now. I'm hearing you out of my phone.
You could hear us.
Yeah. Now
it was meant to be. It was just fucking. It was meant to fucking be.
Hold on a second. You can hear us on your phone.
I'm back. It's totally normal. It's like nothing ever happened. It's like nothing ever happened.
Not gonna fucking pop.
You sure you weren't busting my balls?
No, dude. You were just fucking sitting there. You had nothing to do. You were a lost cause. Absolute lost cause. But now we're here and we're ready to go.
And listen, this probably won't be the last time something like this happens with me. So
that's not a problem. We're here for the drama. I just wish the people were here for the whole way so they understand what we just went through. But boys, I couldn't be more excited to have both of you on here. You're both fucking hilarious. I found Big Tone through Twitter, and then you tagged me in one of your videos, and I usually don't watch it, but I saw your crazy ass sparking a joint in the first 30 seconds. I fucking had to hear you out. And the second I heard your voice, I said, this is my fucking guy. And I had both of you ready to go. And it was perfect. And my favorite thing about both of you is that you're both a lot older than me. And I'm scared of getting old. I'm scared of turning 25. I'm scared of turning 30. But I see you two old fucking psychopaths on your phone, betting ponies, betting this, betting that. And you guys give me hope for getting older. So thank you.
Dude, you will realize when you get older, adults are such full of shit. No one has anything figured the fuck out, okay?
Exactly.
People walk through life. Everyone's got their own problems. Quite honestly, the gambling's what keeps you sane, as crazy as that sounds. But, no, this is going to be fun. I haven't laughed quite like that in a while. It's a goddamn crime we don't have what just transpired because Vic is just screaming to whoever's in his home. He needs headphones. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I gotta go. You guys are gonna fucking kill me. I'm sorry. Dickie, they're gonna kill me. I was like, dude,
I know.
We're gonna be okay.
Disaster. I'm like the disaster.
First off, how many fucking headsets do you have over there?
Dude, listen, my kids, I have teenage kids, they have the earbuds, they have everything. I don't know. I had the old school thing. I look like I'm from 2004 with the chin hanging on my chin. I don't use it. I just don't really use it.
That was fantastic. Well, you look fantastic. You look great. Nikki, that's a fantastic hat. I appreciate you having us on. This is going to be fun. I'm ready to roll some games out and get this party started.
Yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be fun.
Let's get right into it. I don't want to waste no fucking time. I want to give people 30 minutes to an hour of fucking locks and comedy. So our first segment, we're going to do this every week. I know everyone's new here. We've never done a show with us three before. So every week, the first segment is called Gun to Your Head. And the reason why it's called Gun to Your Head is because Sunday rolls around. Everyone and their mother, they want to bet the big games. I don't like betting the most popular games, but I get asked about them every week. They're like, tell me who you like. Tell me who you like. Tell me who you like. And I'm trying to explain, dude, I don't really like anyone in that game, but if you put a gun to my head, this is who I would pick. So I highlighted, I think it's 5 of what I think are the biggest matchups this week. And we're not going to keep track of these picks. We're going to keep track of our official picks, which will be the segment following this. So we're going to start with the gun to the head. And you can't have a week 1 pick'em show without starting with the opening game of the week. So we're going to start with Detroit at Kansas City. The total is 53.5, I believe. And the line right now is -4.5. I'll start with Big Tone here. What do you like? Gun to your head.
Let me just jump in. It's 5.5 at FanDuel right now.
All right. So
I had the lines up. I just wanted to take a quick before we talk and see those lines. Yeah, but 5.5. Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
Thank you. Good call.
You're good. That's the stuff I need to know. So I actually bet this one earlier today. I'm going to end up betting them all, but we texted a little bit earlier. Like, I've been flipping back and forth between Detroit and KC. Obviously, Kelsey, Chris Jones, those guys aren't going to be there. And I was kind of leaning Detroit for a while. And this is just where my brain kind of goes to gambler thinking. The number drops to 4.5 because Kelsey's not there. Obviously, that's a big loss, right? But Patrick Mahomes is still 5-0 in openers, over 1,500 yards, 18 touchdowns, no interceptions, a QB rating of like 133 in those opening games. I just think he's proven he can throw it to whoever the fuck he wants to. Pacheco's back, and obviously in the backfield, he still has weapons, and that's a really, really good offensive line. He's going to be able to run around, make plays, do Patrick Mahomes kinds of stuff. So I am now on KC. I have it at 4.5.
Wow.
I got a touchdown play with Kadarius Toney plus 165 in that game as well. So I'm on KC. Keep it simple, stupid is kind of what I'm going with here. It's fucking Kansas City. It's prime time. It's the opener. It's Patty Mahomes. And it's Andy Reid. I think he's going to outcoach him. I love Detroit this year, but I'm on KC for sure.
Let me ask you guys something real quick, and then I'll pass it to you, Vic. I mean, Kelsey might not play. I doubt they're going to play him. It'd be kind of dumb. They're playing an NFC team. It's week 1. No reason to put one of your franchise guys out there when he just hyperextended his knee. But that line going from 7 to 4.5, now 5 for a tight end being out. I mean, that's like the same reaction if Mahomes was go out. Do you think that's a little too much of a dip in the point spread?
If you're talking to me, I just look at it like the books. I don't know. A tight end to be worth that much points. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. To me, I don't look at like that movement as anything because you have to figure it's opening night. There's a lot of action on the game, and I just look at like Detroit getting points, and that's what the house wants. The house wants you to play Kansas City, I feel like. So if there was an injury, they actually lowered that number. So they probably had more people jump on to Kansas City thinking they're getting it on discount. And now it's up to 5.5. The way I look at injuries, unless it's a major play, and even though Kelsey is, but in football, I'm talking like a quarterback, I always look at injuries like an opportunity for the next guy to step up and play. So now you're getting, Kelsey's out, but now you're going to get other guys that are going to get looks that never had looks before, that weren't necessarily going to get those looks in the red zone. So they're more, eager to play and eager to get in the red zone. So even especially like an NBA, I know we're talking NFL, but I try not to overreact to any injury unless it's going to literally change the landscape of the game. And even though Kelsey's his main target, I don't think it changes the entire landscape. Like
it's more than one injury.
Pick.
It's more than one injury, though, too, right? Chris Jones out is a fucking tremendous loss for numerous reasons, right? But you're right. The red zone stuff, that's part of the reason I like the plus 165. Let me ask you guys this real quick. I thought this was kind of odd. I know we're going to get to this game, but Eagles at New England is plus 4. So you're telling me that they think New England has a better chance of maybe beating the Eagles than KC did of beating Detroit when the line was 7? And now it's down to 4. I thought the line just seemed a little weird in the KC-Detroit game if you're comparing it to that one. I think everyone thinks New England is a lot worse team than the 3 other teams I just named. So that also kind of goes into the play too. But those are 2 huge injuries. But
the Chiefs is a national TV game. So the way they line to me TV games and the way like people handicap or the way I handicap a TV game, totally different than like a game mixed in on a Sunday at 1:00. So I think like if you look at the line, if it opened up Chiefs 7, where's it really going to go? It's like the stock market. If a stock shoots up so high in one day, like, all right, where's it going to go in one day? It's got to hit some kind of ceiling. If they go higher than 7 on the Chiefs to open the line, they're not going to get no action at all on the Chiefs. Everyone's going to take the dog, which they did and which they adjusted. Then the Kelsey injury came, and it's basically the same spread as it was before the injury.
Right. So who do you like in this game, Vic? Gun to your head.
Me personally, this for exactly the same reasons that Big Tone said he likes KC, I kind of don't. Like, it's Andy Reid, it's Mahomes, it's the opening night. Everyone's betting it. Everyone's dying to overbet the game because they haven't bet a meaningful football game since the Super Bowl. And how many times have we seen it? I don't have the exact number, but that opening Thursday game where the Super Bowl team comes in and it's like they have so much going on, preparations for the ceremony, this, that. They end up winning the game in miraculous fashion and they don't cover. And that seems like that's what could happen here. And this game could land on 6 and fuck everybody that took it no matter which way. And they rake all the chips in like roulette, hitting 0-0. But the way I look at it, and again, Reid 8 straight openers, right? 5 of those 6, he won by like 10 points or more. And then the Chiefs, you have to look at all that goodness, right? How good they looked and how easy that looks. You can't forget. Last year, they went on a skid from September 15th to December 18th. They were 2-11 against the spread. I mean, you 2-11 against the spread. That's a wave. I mean, that's the way the NFL works. You get a team that's riding hot or riding cold. So the way I look at it is I don't even think this team plays their best ball in September. Now, the other hand, Detroit, a lot of people like them. That coach is the type of coach players will run through a wall for. I mean, I seen this guy on a regular Sunday, like a week 4 game on the sidelines. He's fucking crying. He's just letting out emotion. Like, dude, it's fucking October and it's a meaningless game. You're out there. Like,
it was a good 3rd down conversion, you know.
he's a sick fucking bastard. So he's got a chance for his team. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Okay, if they can even just give them a game, he could go into the locker room the next week and say, "Hey, look what we did against the best team in football. We hung right with them for 3 quarters." So I love fucking points. I'm taking the points. I locked it in at 6 points, and that's where I'm at for that game. I'm taking Detroit +6. And you know what it is? You know how I know it's the good pick for me? It's the right side for me? Because it takes fucking balls to actually go in your phone, load up money.
You got to drop your fucking nuts for that one, Vic.
Hanging out. I'm taking fucking Detroit. And then all of a sudden, you're the guy that looks like an asshole because you're going against the best player in the league.
But that's my favorite line. Fuck them. We ball, which is exactly why I have the Detroit Lions in this game too. I actually bet them yesterday morning at like 8:30. I got them at +7. Kelsey news came out. If I still had to bet this game, I'd still take Detroit. I mean, KC's 2-8-1 against the spread at home in their last 11. And Detroit, as a road underdog, or just an underdog in general of 3.5 to 10 points, they're 12-4 against the spread. So Dan Campbell, I know they're the Lions, but those dogs are fucking barking, and I love Detroit. But if you're a woke little pussy and you don't want to bet a side here, just take the fucking over. The Detroit Lions week 1 over has cashed 12 years in a row, and in Mahomes' 5 years in the league, the over is never not hit. So if you don't want to root for anyone to lose, just take the fucking over. You could try to be a wise guy. You could try to be sharp and bet the under, and you're going to sit there with your little shriveled dick in your hand, and fucking Mahomes and Amon-Ra St. Brown and the whole fucking gang is going to light up the scoreboard. So gun in my head, Lions with the points and the over. So the next game we got is it's the Sunday night game. Might be Monday night. I don't smoke like Vic, but I am fucking slow in the head. It's the Cowboys at the Giants.
Sunday.
Yeah. Giants home dogs 3.5. I love divisional home dogs. So off that principle alone, fuck Dak Prescott. I can't stand that little rat weasel fuck. I'll never bet on the Cowboys again. I fucking hate Dak Prescott. What he did to me when they played the Niners in the fucking divisional round to get into the NFC Championship game, he shit down his fucking leg like a little bitch, and I will never, ever, 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 ever bet on the Dallas Cowboys again. I don't give a fuck if they are the sharpest play of the fucking week. Fuck Dak Prescott. Fuck the Cowboys. I'm taking the Giants at home with the 3.5. What do you got, Vic?
Listen, what did I just say? It takes balls sometimes to make a bet. I know Big Tone knows this. You said we're old, so we know this. 1995, Monday Night Football. We think we got the team of teams. First play of the fucking game. Hand off Emmitt Smith, 75 yards up the middle. Wrap the fucking season up. 1995. I know you remember it.
I wasn't even alive.
That's crazy.
It was 11, 10.
They are, historically, they torment the fucking Giants, okay? That wasn't the only time. I think last year they beat the Giants twice for the second year in a row. Okay, now it's so easy to just shit on the Giants and say, they went 9-7. They weren't that good. They fell apart at the end of the year. Saquon, I think he averaged 58 yards the last 10 games of the season. So and they didn't beat any playoff teams really. What were they? 2-7 versus playoff teams. So it's really easy to shit on the Giants. But you know what? Nobody thought the Giants were going to do what they did last year. They played good. He instilled confidence in Daniel Jones. They added some weapons, a tight end. Okay, and not only that, Dabo, where do you start? You don't just go on a team and go right to a Super Bowl. You have to build. So last year was a good winning season. How do you build on that? You go back to the history, the team that's fucked you time and time again on national TV, in the division, in the playoffs, the team that's basically owned you other than our 2 rings that we had. You take them, and how do you start changing things? You beat them opening night. If you want to take the step, if you're the Giants and Damble to the next level, you got to beat the fucking Cowboys. And we're going to be at Meadowlands on a nice warm night with everyone drunk and going crazy, and we're getting 3.5. Yeah, we're going to see a Daniel Jones he's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster. It's going to be a better Giant team. And listen, they got the coordinators, they got the coaching, very important. 3.5 points. If you want to take the next step, you got to beat this team. I expect Giants to play an A game. If not, win outright, definitely cover the number. I'm taking, gun to my head, Giants plus 3.5.
I would have never guessed. You're going with the Giants there. Listen.
Let me just give you a little history of myself.
What do you got?
First Super Bowl, Giants, Patriots. I'm a diehard Giant fan. My father raised me the right way. Rest in peace. I bet the fucking Patriots. I got so caught up in 18-0. I mean, they were blowing teams out back there. So I was so in love with them. I bet against the Giants. I had my whole neighborhood cleaning up plus 600 money line. Second year, I went back to the Giants, second Super Bowl. But no, I do not bet with my heart. I bet with my wallet.
That's where I'm different. That's why I'm probably not very good at this shit, because I love just taking swings on guys that I like and what obviously I'm on the Giants, and this for me is more about the Giants and not so much the Cowboys. Nikki, it looks like we're losing you. You're all frozen. Looks like an evil Miami Joker a little bit.
At least I'm not frozen. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, no. So I'm taking the Giants for a lot of the reasons you touched on. Okay, this is a team obviously who won a lot of games by the skin of their teeth, and I've always been on the opposite thought process of that. Like, okay, 1 or 2 fluky ones, sure. When guys are winning 5, 6, 7 games in tough spots, at some point you're winning, and it's not lucky every time. And I think that also builds confidence and builds character. And at the end of games in big spots, you've been there before, right? So true. I think when you add another year of the same system, I've been saying this forever, whether it's Daniel Jones or other quarterbacks, these guys need to have some type of system where, like, you know, the Giants had 3 different offensive coordinators, different coaches. This kid never had a fucking chance. And now finally he does. He proved himself last year, earns the contract. Hyatt, Paris Campbell, I love that fucking pickup. Yeah. Isaiah Simmons on the other end of the ball. We got 2 cornerbacks that are rookies. Let's talk about balls. We're putting balls on the table on this defense, and we're rotating guys. We got a lot of guys playing safety all over the place. I'm on the Giants here because it's a homer pick, obviously. But I think, like you said, this is the year where I think this Giant team gets a little bit better. This is going to be a better all-around football team. People have them only winning 7 games or so because of all those close games last year. I'm on the opposite end of there. I'm not saying they're going to win the division because the Eagles are fucking tough. But I'm saying I'm going to take a shot with that money and take them to win the division. But they sneak in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. I like the Giants here, gun to head. Obviously, easy pick for me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you look great.
Am I back? This is what I fucking do. Shit don't work, I make it work. I make shit work. I pulled it up on my phone like that. It's what I fucking do. The show is always going to fucking go on. You guys both gave picks for the game. I gave my picks, correct?
Well, there he goes. That's a tough look
Jerry
after that big speech. He's back.
Can't be calling me Jersey Jerry. Can't be calling me in the show. You should know that the show's on, JJ. All right, next up. My Miami Dolphins on the road against the LA Chargers. If I'm not being biased, my fucking balls are in my stomach for this game. I got a tight asshole. I'm nervous as fuck. I don't know what I'm going to get. Teron Armstead's back, knee, fucking ankle, his balls, his fucking dick's broken. Everything is broken on this guy, and I don't know what to do if he doesn't play. I'm petrified of this game if I'm not being biased. But mama did not raise no bitch. They gave me the captain hat for a fucking reason. And if you think I'm going on my own show week 1 and betting against my guys, you got me fucked up. I'm taking the Dolphins +3 and money line, gun to my head. After I have 5 beers by fucking 11 a.m., I will end up betting them. I don't give a fuck. Give me the Fins. Give me the points. Fuck them. We ball.
I'm on Miami too. This is one of my like official plays as well. I like Miami. I'm obviously scared of their offensive line. They got to get rid of the ball quickly, and they showed that they can. So obviously, Chargers are a sexy pick. They got to go play there. I like the +3. I'm not necessarily sold on Miami, but I kind of do like it in this particular spot.
Watch your mouth on my show, Big Tone.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But nonetheless, I think it's one of those things where Miami's got too many weapons, and as long as Tua can stay healthy, they've shown that they can play. So we'll see what happens there. I like that game. I also like the over in that game.
All right. There was no way I was coming on Smoke Show today and going against the Dolphins.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. Also meant to tell you, I do not think the Dolphins will make the playoffs, just so we're clear. Okay?
Shut the fuck up. If I was on my computer, I would remove you myself. Don't come on here with that disrespect, Big Tone. That's fucking.
I knew I forgot to say something.
No, just for that. Just for that. Fuck what I said about Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. I'm betting the fucking Cowboys now. Fuck you.
Okay.
The Giants won't even make the playoffs. They won't even win 8 fucking games.
That's aggressive. Listen, I'm still sticking with my gut on this Miami pick, but I'll get to you next week.
No. I want you to switch now because if Dick picks the Dolphins, we're all gonna bush them. I don't want you on my team anymore.
What I choose. You can't make me change my pick. There's not a goddamn chance.
You guys are gonna fucking mush me. You just fucking mush me. You don't even believe in us.
Right. I hope that I'm gonna bet them, and I hope they lose now.
I'm betting.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I'm gonna bet them. Where is that?
Because I'm stupid
right now?
That's why.
3.
Look, fucking prick.
Fuck Tua.
Fuck you.
All right. Our first fight. Okay, cool. Vic, who you on? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
You think I want to argue with this guy's he's young, he's got way more fucking energy. I'm not gonna be able to win an argument. I gotta just wave the white towel. But no, I gotta be honest with you. I like Miami +3. Listen, last year, beginning of the year, I'm looking at Miami because I watch almost every game. If I don't watch, I watch 4 at a time. If I'm not watching 4 at a time, I'm watching replays during the week. I'm watching Miami early in the year before injuries and everything. And I'm thinking, this team's a fucking force, right? Like their offense could just move down the field to they don't even let him run. But if he wanted to run, that would be even more incredible. But I'm looking at them like, wow, they're a force. I remember early in the year going, toe to toe with the Bills, who at that time were coming off a great year. And I'm thinking, Miami's legit. But what did Miami have trouble with most last year? Is defense. I think, forget Ramsey. I know he's out. But I think the big thing with Miami is Vic Fangio. Now, I don't like him just because he's fucking Italian. This guy was unbelievable.
Italian.
You know what I mean? It's like, because he's.
Wait, are all 3 of us Guineas?
I'm a Guinea.
Yeah.
I'm half Sicilian, half Napolitan. So
3 Guineas don't make a right.
We might be fucking related, Vic. We don't even know.
Somewhere along the line, I told you, pick the dream team. You really put together a dream team without even. Like, I didn't know it was Big Tone. If I could have picked anyone that would have worked good with all 3 of us, I would say Big Tone. But listen, Dolphins. Okay, you get Vic Fangio. You're getting an automatic upgrade on defense, even if you have the same jerseys. Okay, so not only are you getting the Fangio upgrade on defense, you're getting Tua healthy. You got the best wide receiver combo. And how much of a home field is LA really? The Chargers. That's more of like people go to hang out and talk business. It's not really the way the old San Diego Chargers were. So I don't see much of a home field advantage. I see an improved defense from Miami. I don't like that they have to travel across the country, but for the price of that, I get 3 points. So I'm taking Miami, gun to my head, which Smoke put the gun to my head to make me make this play. I'm going to make it. Now, I'm not going to sit here after you just argue. I'm going to put money on this fucking game. That's the way it's going to be. So I'm locked in Sunday afternoon. I'll be on the
you bet.
+3, gun to my head.
Yeah, I like Miami in this spot too.
We're fucked. We just mushed the fuck out of them.
God damn it. If we did, there's going to be someone sitting there watching this going, 3 fucking Guineas all picked Miami. I'm going the other way. They just used us. They just used us as the service that we are. We just provided you a service.
Amen. They can't lose. They can't lose now. It's win-win. Because if the Dolphins win, we told you so. If they fucking lose, we told you we mushed them. So we're already 1-0 as a show, and the season hasn't even started yet.
Love it.
Next game we got is the Birds at the Patriots. This is one of the sketchiest lines of the week. Somehow the Eagles, the greatest team ever assembled, is only -4 against the New England Patriots. It screams trap. I mean, there's just no way in hell I would feel comfortable putting money on the Patriots. It's one of those games where you know it's the sharp play, and then you see the Eagles go out there and they just run the ball down your throat, and fucking A.J. Brown's fucking catching one-handed passes. Smitty's running all over the place. Jalen Hurts is doing his fucking gritty, and you just look like a fucking moron. So the sharp play would be the Patriots, but there's no way in hell I am going to sit here and bet against the Eagles, especially when it's the New England fucking Patriots. Fuck them. Gun in my head. I'm taking the Birds -4. We'll go with Vic.
This is a tough one. You see, the Patriots. Oh wait, we're talking which game again?
Patriots, Eagles, Birds -4.
This line's tough. 3.5 on the road. I fucking hate this, right? That's why I'm making it a gun to my head play, because you're forcing me to make this play. The way teams that lose in the Super Bowl, you know it, they always struggle. Whether it's at the beginning of the year, even last year, the Bengals, they had a hard time in the beginning of the year. It's kind of like you're hungover, you're coming from that ultimate high, and here you are playing a week 1 game versus a team that probably wants to stick it to you more than you want to stick it to them because of where you are now in the league as one of the best teams. So I think the Eagle, but when you look at Belichick, what the fuck does he have there? To me, he's just too loyal of a guy. Still has Bill O'Brien as his offensive coordinator. He was trying to use Patricia and Bill O'Brien last year as like a combo offensive coordinator when Patricia's really a defensive guy. Makes no sense. So to me, this guy, Belichick, is his best days. I hate to say it, are probably behind him. Like, I'm sure he could still come up with the master plan for one game, and I'm sure he's still there, but he's got to be basically done at this point. I mean, he's way too loyal to these old guys. There's so many young, fresh minds in the NFL right now coaching to give an opportunity to keep giving Bill O'Brien an opportunity. It's like, this guy's proven piece of shit. Go into college, coach a small college, or that's it, or ride a guy like Belichick's dick. And that's exactly what he's doing. I don't know, maybe he's got pictures of Belichick in the shower with a guy or something. I don't know. Maybe he's got blackmail on him, why he keeps hanging around. So the way I look at it is Patriots probably the best. And then not only that, right? Not only Patriots best advisor, who is the Eagles defensive coordinator now? It's Matt Patricia. So if you want to get, on your coach's good side, if you want to like show your coach, listen, I'll go to war with you. I think this is the fucking game to play hard. So I think out of all things, I think the Eagles defense rises, and I'm going to lay the 3.5 gun to my head and take the Eagles -3.5.
Tom?
So I'm on the under. I like it's 45. This is one of those things where this is a spot where I would normally take New England, but I'm being a pussy about it, to be perfectly honest with you, because I have so many other bets I just don't even want to mess with. The money line's +145. It feels so fucking light. The number I saw was 3.5. We already said it. The Eagles are the Eagles. They're crazy, but I just think you give Belichick enough time to prepare for a team like the Eagles. You have it's prepare for anyone, honestly. He has that time. He probably takes an extra week. I'd still Bill Belichick, and he's creating a different team than the rest of the league. He's not have a high-flying anything. I think he's going to want to be running the ball, want to play defense, good special teams, kind of keep Hurts off the field. And it's week 1. And the Eagles, the Super Bowl hangover stuff is real, right? So I'm going to take the under at 45. I will let you know if I take this at +4, but I think I'm going to just stick with the 45 gun to head.
Gun to head. Have no talent. They have gun no to head. Patriots have no talent. He hasn't made a good draft pick over there in a decade.
No, but
I guys coming through the league. I mean,
he's earned enough. He's earned enough for a shot here. And here's the thing: Vegas is telling us something. Why is this not +200? Why is this not 7? You're telling me that the fucking Kansas City Chiefs were going to lay 7 to the Lions, and these guys are only getting fucking 4? I think the whole world thinks this should be a fucking. At least a touchdown.
You're not wrong, Tone, but I just can't be a fucking idiot because when you try to be the short for the short, like, look, you can have big balls, and then there's gigantic balls. And if you have gigantic balls, you might look like a clown. You pull your pants down, and she might be like, those things are way too fucking big for me. And, like, that's how I feel with the fucking Eagles. I mean, you take the Patriots here, your balls, yeah, they're gigantic, but if they're too fucking big, it might come back and bite you in the ass.
I'll take things that have never happened to me for 800. No, listen. I get what you're saying. I got a fucking Tony Torpedo, Tony Balls on the table play coming later. Believe me. But in the meantime, here's the thing about me. Anybody who follows me knows I am the streakiest fucking gambler on the planet. I don't claim to be any type of sharp. I'm a gambler. I like to bet. I got a big card, a big board, but I'm either rocket fire or I am poison. So
which is good. That's a win-win.
We'll find out what
That's
happens.
a win-win. That's a win-win.
But I got to go with my gut. I'm a gut guy, and the line. I've been so long. I see something like this. Somebody knows something. It's a little rat ass line, So fuck it. I'm taking New England +4. I'm taking it.
There he is. All right. So now we have our official plays. So these are the plays that we would recommend that you guys tail, unless you're Big Tone, because now you're over here. And he doesn't want you to tail, but he wants you to tail. But these are the picks we're going to keep track of. So after the show, because I know you guys are getting up there in age, I didn't think you were old enough where amnesia would hit you at this point. I asked these guys for their official plays, and I got 3 to 4 different texts. So I still don't even know what the fuck you guys are on. So whatever you're on, tell the people, and then send me not just one, not two, one text so I can make the graphics and get them out by tomorrow. I'll start here because my card's short, sweet, and sharp. Give me the Browns at home +3. You're going to learn one thing about me. People call it a sucker. I don't care. I don't bet hooks. I'll either buy it up, buy it down. I don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, it never lands on the number. It fucking does for me, and I'm scarred for life. And especially a home division game, 2.5 to 3 is a huge difference. Divisional dogs at home, cash at over 70%. The Browns own Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Like, the one team that they can't get over is Cleveland. I was on Frank the Tank's podcast. That whole locker room's talking about we have to beat Cleveland. I hope you do, just not by more than 3. Give me the Browns at home with the points. Next up, this pick kind of scares me. I'm a fucking crackhead. I bet all my NFL games on Wednesday. I like it. I love it. I love my line. I lock it in. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it fucks me in the ass. This one might fuck me in the ass because the 2 Packers starting wide receivers did not practice today with hamstring issues. I thought today was Friday, maybe because I'm coming off a bender from fucking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and my days are fucked up. But that means they have 2 more days to get healthy, so it might not fuck me in the ass as hard as I thought it would be. But at the end of the day, I love the city of Chicago. I'm so glad I moved here. I love everything about it. I love the people here. But fuck the Chicago Bears. They're going to get absolutely fucking mollywopped in this game. I don't give a fuck. All I've heard all offseason, oh, the Bears are this, the Bears are that. The Bears ain't fucking shit, bro. Give me the Packers. Give me Jordan Love. I like them. Some people don't. I don't give a fuck. I'm the sharpest in the business. What I say usually goes. Give me the Packers money line. Fuck the points. I can't say the word. Tell your illegal sports book to keep the fucking points because we don't need them. Packers went outright. Next up, Steelers +3. Again, I just like them in the spot. I think they have one of the best defenses in the league. The Niners obviously have one of the best defenses in the league. The Steelers at home are fucking dangerous. I wrote some shit down here. Mike Tomlin as an underdog is as good as it gets. The Steelers are 25-3, like 20-5-3 against the spread in their last 28 games as a home underdog. And they're also 13-3-3 in their last 19 as an underdog, as a home underdog between 0.5 point and 3 points. That falls right in there. Give me the Steelers +3. Comb your hair, take care. And the last play that I have, I don't just risk it for the biscuit. I want to see fucking dollar signs in my bank account when I wake up on Monday morning. I'm all in. I don't half-ass nothing. You could take the 3 plays I just gave you, throw them in a 3-team 10-point teaser, Browns +12.5, Packers +11.5, Steelers +12.5, and tell your mother I said hello. Those are my plays. If you want to make money, you'll put them in right fucking now. Big Tone, I know you got 17 plays, so please, the floor is yours. Take your time.
Hold on. I want to get my pen down.
So listen, I'm going to post.
I'm not even going to waste my time with the pen. There's no way I'm going to be able to write these down.
I'm rooting my balls off.
I will end up. I'll end up tweeting them out too. But we'll run through the games first. So I already mentioned one of my official plays was Miami at Chargers. We're not going to run through that again. I like the Jets this week against Buffalo. I know it's kind of it looks like a lot of the majority of the country's on Buffalo for good reason. I think Buffalo probably is the better team, but I like the Jets in this spot. Aaron Rodgers has proven. Here's my thing with the Jets. It's easy to say you can fall in love with the hard knock stuff, but the fact is they had one of the best defenses in the fucking league last year. Now you have Aaron Rodgers, who's going to be just the offensive coordinator. It's no, after watching that, it's abundantly clear he's basically the fucking coach of that offense. Salas gets to be doing the D thing and the coaching. He's going to run the O. They had the worst fucking offense and quarterback basically ever last year. Yep. You can't tell me not putting a guy like Aaron Rodgers on a team with a Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. They got Cooks. They got other weapons. He's proven he makes everybody better all the time. So that's what shut the fuck up.
Is that true, Tone? Did you go over on week 1?
No, he's being an asshole. I'm in a fantasy football fucking with me. But what I will say is this. At the end of the day, I think it's Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. It's another game that you probably lean the over. I'm taking the money line at plus 120. The next official pick, I'm with you. I love the Steelers this year. I'm a Kenny Pickett guy. I think George Pickens is a fucking stud. I think that's a team a lot of people are sleeping on. It's a team people think they're going to be garbage and not win. I love those kinds of teams. And I think that's where you find some value. What has Pittsburgh done besides just fucking basically get to the playoffs or go 500 in the mix? And that's all I'm looking for when I'm trying to get a number out of somebody. So I'm going to take them at plus 3. My big fucking balls play is going to be the Colts.
I love that.
Let's go.
I don't have the nutsack to do that, Tone, but I'm glad that you do.
I'm betting them every which way. I'm taking them plus 5. I'm taking them plus 190 money line. Here's the thing. I think the Jags are going to be good this year, just like a lot of other people do. This is one of those plays where 80% of the fucking country is going to lay it on fucking the Jags. Yep. And Vegas is going to get one of these for themselves this week. They always do. And I'm not necessarily saying that the Jags are going to win the Super Bowl, but I think the Jags are going to be a really good team. I think the Jags are got a favorable schedule, but I think the Colts are going to. I think this Anthony Richardson kid, we've seen it with quarterbacks like this. When they first come out to play, their first 4 or 5 weeks are ridiculous because no D coordinator knows what the fuck to do with them yet. We've seen it with the Vicks. We've seen it with Lamar Jackson. Running quarterbacks when they first start are tough. This kid is a fucking freak. I know they are terrible, but I love it. And this is another one. This is another one that should be a touchdown. I'm taking the Colts plus 5, plus 190. Those are my official picks. Touchdown, Tony, touchdown. He's got a billion touchdown plays for you, okay? One thing I love is looking for guys like this. Michael Thomas is plus 230. This guy was a fucking stud for a really long time. And I'm not somebody who beats up on Derek Carr like a lot of other people do. That division's weak as hell. Those guys are confident. They're going to be playing to win. And he's already said, he's come out and said, my comeback tour is coming. I'm going to take him at plus 230 because we might not see the number on him again this year. I got him at plus 230. Kadarius Toney plus 165. My guy, Darren Waller, plus 185, where we didn't touch on him enough in the Giants. He's going to be a fucking difference, a monster target. I'm going to take all 3 of those and parlay them for plus 23.92. You want to get nuts? Let's get fucking nuts, okay? I got a quarterback play for you. The QB TD scores lotto ticket plus 39.62. Anthony Richardson, Jalen Hurts, DJ, and Jake Allen. Josh Allen is his name. He's even better than Jake. All right? That's plus 39.62. Those are my picks. I'm fat. I'm out of breath. That's troubling. And I look like a tomato right now. So I'll post them so I don't die. Saquon Barkley. I just offered $103 for him.
Vic, close us down, buddy.
Listen, I got 3 official plays. I fucking love them. All right, I love these plays. These are my plays. These are what I'm going to go to war with on Sunday, win, lose, or draw. I'm going to be happy and settled that I made these my 3 main plays. The first one, I'm with you with the Packers, right? Like everyone knows that the Packers dominated the Bears, but the first thing that you think of is, oh, it's Aaron Rodgers. In reality, it really hasn't been. Look at these numbers. Packers a defense against Fields, 0 for 4 straight up and against the spread, 3 touchdowns to 6 interceptions against the Packers, okay? So even though Fields is the exciting guy on TV, you know what that means to me? That means inflated lines. Just go back, like I always love to do, because football is like a history book. Just go back to the Philadelphia Eagles and Michael Vick. They were covering like crazy because on Monday Night Football against the Redskins, he looked like a fucking Madden player at 101 ranking, attributes everything 101. And it was almost like you left that night going, that was the greatest game ever. So how the fuck do I ever bet against this guy? And sometimes Fields does that. He looks so good that you're like, how do I bet against this guy? So now you have a lot of people saying, the Patriots, they've owned us. It's our time to beat them, to get control of the division. Everyone thinks Chicago, for some reason, is on the rise. Now, for me, I always value in the NFL, more than any sport, obviously, coaching, okay? This is the coaching staff of the Bears. Matt Uberflus, I never heard of him. Okay? Not that I'm supposed to hear of him.
Vic,
okay?
Vic, I'll give you $500 if you look at me and spell his last name right now.
Eufwbers.
I can't even. I have no fucking clue.
No clue. I don't know who he is. I never even heard of him. I'm not saying I'm supposed to hear of him, but I don't respect him right now until he does some sick things where I'm like, this guy, what a fucking game plan. He's the guy. I don't see that yet. And then you have the defensive coordinator is Alan Williams. I think they had the worst defense in their storied history under this guy. And then you have Luke Getsy as offensive coordinator. So even though I'm not in love with the Packers coach, LaFleur, I still think they have a better coaching. And then when you look at the Bears' offensive line, their offensive line is hurt. They had a problem getting the ball down the field last year, making big plays. So without making big plays, it's going to be not easy to score. Packers, I think they have a decent defense. And also, I think Love is going to do pretty good. He actually had a decent preseason. He didn't make any mistakes. So to me, the public is just jumping on the Bears thinking it's their time because Rodgers is out. When I'm looking at it, like, I always like to look at things outside the box. I'm looking at it like, don't the Packers want to fucking shove it to Rodgers? Like, you left, we blew the Bears out. Things never change, So for me, official play, Packers. It was plus 1.5 last night when I wrote it up. It's plus 1.5 on FanDuel now. So I'm going to say plus 1.5 Packers. And then I'm with Big Tone on this one. Like I said in the other game, where it takes balls to call up we can't say the word, I guess, to go to your phone, to go on your app and say, I'm going to bet the Colts plus 5 for the Jaguars, or I'm going to bet Detroit. It takes balls. But listen, a situation that I like is a team that missed the playoffs, getting points, okay, versus a team that made the playoffs. That's always been a good way, a good angle to look at a game. Team made the playoffs, could be a little flat. Team that, didn't make the playoffs, rebuilding, regrouping, really want to start the season off right. But you have to look at this. Colts have a top 10 offensive line, according to PFF, and the Jaguars have a 26th ranked offensive line. Yeah. So we have a better line than them, okay? And then hold on. And then you have like a sports reporter. I don't want to mention his name, mainstream guy, but he writes, Jaguars have drafted a can't miss quarterback that he says has them positioned on the doorstep of annual Super Bowl contention. So even though he just got his first playoff run, I guess the Jaguars, his first season or whatever, they already saying this guy is, should have his team on the doorstep of the Super Bowl every time. Okay, that's too much fucking pressure right off the bat to start a season. And then, like Tone said, Anthony Richardson, we don't know what we're going to get out of this kid, but I just read a report today that he spent 8 hours on his day off in the facility today. So he's putting the work in. He doesn't want to look like a dick. He's like us last night, writing down notes. So when we go over these games, we don't look like dicks. So for me, I'm taking the points. It was 5 points last night. It's 4.5 now, but I locked in it at 5. I'm taking the Colts plus 5 as my official play. And my last official play, which I love more than the other two, I would consider this my strongest one. I like the Washington Commanders -7. Like I just said before, and it's flying under the fucking radar. Like
Arizona sucks. They're bad.
Joshua Dobbs, starting quarterback.
Yeah,
sounds like free pickings.
And but the coach, who does this coach think he is? Like he comes in, and the first thing they do is they release McCoy, right? And then he puts up a cringe video online or something like, if you took the bus, like my grandfather, I walked both ways uphill to school. Like, give me a fucking break, guy. You're not. That's not how you motivate kids in 2023. What are you, nuts? Millionaires, nonetheless. He's retarded. Sorry for the term, but okay. 2. Okay, and then so he gets rid of McCoy, and he's got Josh Jones and Isaiah, and they have 2 veteran injuries too. Offensive lineman Josh Jones out, linebacker Isaiah Simmons out. So they're bad on that side of the ball. And Washington, they're going to be improved right off the bat. Eric Bieniemy, like, I know Big Tone remembers this guy in college. He was fucking lightning as a running back. This guy hit the whole gun. Like, he's an offensive genius. He played with Michael Westbrook, Cordell Stewart. Those Colorado teams were fucking legit. So this guy's a good coach. He wants to prove it. And then what did I say before? Okay, we got this coach. I don't even know. Jonathan Gannon, right? How much of a clown this guy is. Do you see our fucking coaching staff? Okay. Let me just make sure I don't fuck this up. We got Riverboat Ron as at the head man. Okay. We got Bieniemy as the offensive coordinator. And we got Jack Del Rio on defense coordinator. This team's going to be prepared all sides of the ball. 7 points. If this was like let the season shake out and Washington looks really good, because I think Sam Howell, I watched his preseason games, just about every throw he made, he looks fucking good. He makes smart reads. He's quick with the ball. He can move with his feet, right? So the way I look at it is the Commanders, if you shake this out like 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 weeks from now, and you get this same matchup, you're probably looking at 9.5, 10 points. So right now, 7 points is basically, in my mind, a discount. So I'm taking the Commanders minus the 7. My main official play, Commanders minus the 7, and that's my 3. Commanders minus the 7, Packers plus the 1.5, and the Colts plus 5.
Love that. Absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a parlay so we all have something together. I'm going to take Tone's pick with the Colts. I'm going to take your pick with the Commanders, and I'm going to parlay that with Falcons money line, Broncos money line, just for shits and gigs.
I'll be right back. I'll put the same ticket in.
Let's all just take it together and fucking cash one out. Fuck
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I'll put that in.
Boys, I had a great fucking time. This was electric for the first episode to be buzzing like this. Absolutely killed it. To everyone that's still here, shout out you guys. You blew up the chat. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. We're going to do this show every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you like money, if you like to laugh, you do not want to miss this show. And we will see you guys next week.